We have St. Joseph, students from the School of Engineering. We have St. Angela's, students from the School of Science. And we have St. Peter, comprising of students from the School of Business. And in the minor small Christian communities, we have groups like St. Cecilia Choir, we have St. John Altasavas, we have St. Teresa, we have St. Vitus Innovation, we have St. Gabriel, we have St. Paul's Gents, and we have St. Catherine of Siena Ladies. Apart from that, we also have Bible study groups. We have St. Lucy Bible Study Group, which comprises of students staying in the Catholic hostels. We have St. Philip Neri, comprising of students who stay in Yereview. We have St. Bernadette of Lourdes on the western side of Bomas. We have St. Thomas of Aquinas, students staying in the eastern side of Bomas. We have St. Marcellinus, students staying in the Greens. Students staying in Greens hostels, Stoneville, and Landmark. We have a Bible study in Kahawa, and then we have a Bible study in Chania. So at this time, I would like to invite all the Bible study coordinators. They will have something to share with us so that we can know where we can belong, depending on the hostels where we come from. So I hope they will follow a certain order. And then when you come here, take the shortest time possible. So the first group will be St. Thomas of Aquinas. Welcome. Let us clap for her as she comes.
All for Jesus, nothing for me. So, yes, I'm Hilda Kanyi, the coordinator, St. Thomas of Aquinas Bible Study. And nataka kumwambia more about the Bible study ya St. Thomas. So, our Bible study meetings are usually held in different hostels. For example, like the Lolan hostels, the La Duvet, M&M, ama Serengeti, yeah. And our Bible study inakuanga on the eastern side, but naeza sema ukiwa Boma on the left side of Bomas. I think that's the main thing. So we meet in different rooms as directed by the coordinator, and also if the host willingly hosts us. Na pia if the host can, kuna kuanga na that part of refreshments according to the host, akitaka, that is. The activities involved in the Bible study, inakuanga reciting the Holy Rosary, and being the month of Rosary, in our Bible study tuna recite all the yeah, hizo zote, hizo nne. Yeah, all the mysteries. tunazunguka zote being the month of Rosary. Pia kuna kuanga na Bible reading, interpreting and sharing chenye umeelewa kwa hizo Bible verses. The Bible verses that we are usually sent by our liturgist every week, hizo ndo tunasomanga na pia tunazianalyze. Social topic, pia testimonies, kuna kuanga na testimonies and short stories. Since this is not a serious thing, we have to enjoy. Unatupea story yako, nakupea story yangu, mwingine ananipea story yake. We educate each other through stories also. Pia kuna kuanga na Bible studies, fully participate in the fun day. Inakuanga the finalization of the evangelization week that Sunday. In our Bible study, we fully participate actually, and bashes at the end of the semester. Our leaders, we have 4 main leaders. There is the coordinator, the vice coordinator, the secretary, and also the treasurer. And the coordinator, naeza omba vice coordinator wangu wetu asimame. Tafadhali Jo Musimi. That is our vice coordinator. We also have our secretary, Consolata Minor. And our treasurer hajaweza kufika. Roles of our leaders. The coordinator mainly coordinates the Bible study and also allocates where the Bible study inaweza kuwa. And also reminds, mainly the duty of a coordinator ni remind watu kuhusu the location of the Bible study and also attend the Bible study. All are the activities that are held in the Bible study. Yeah. Mwenye atafanya hii, mwenye atasoma hii Bible verse, mwenye atarecite hii rosary hivyo. The vice coordinator works in absence of the coordinator mainly, hakuangi na kazi mingi, and also performs the duties allocated by the coordinator. Secretary kuandika minutes of the meetings held, and also in charge of the prayers, deal with the allocation of the prayer partners. The treasurer is in charge of any monetary. That is, hiyo ni picha ya Bible study. And I can say, in our Bible study, we are very, very lucky. Since tunaweza kuwa na Bible study and tukuwe na almost over 30 members in one Bible study hiyo usiku. Yeah, for any information about the Bible study, unataka kujua more about the St. Thomas of Aquinas Showview Bible Study, you can contact the coordinator. Number iko hapa. Yeah, hizo ni picha za our previous Bible study. We were 35, yeah, this time. We were 35 members. Actually, unaweza to host na tukose kutoshea kwako. So, it's better ukuwe na vitu mingi ukitu host. Viti mingi, that is. Because kuna wenye watasimama, definitely. And I hope we will be more than 50 next year. Tutakuwa tunaenda more than 50 people in one Bible study by the time this leadership yetu inaisha. Yeah, I hope. And finally, St. Thomas of Aquinas, pray for us. All for Jesus, nothing for me.
All for Jesus. Light. Enda tuna yeah. Enda tuna ningoe. Sina Mungu sina. Sina kutoka sina. Nataka kuona hiyo distance nisongeshe.
Thank you so much, Dkut, for that presentation. Next is St.
Lord. Yes.
All for Jesus. Nothing for me.
All for Jesus.
I'm Faith Kanini Musimi, studying on behalf of St. Benedict. I'm the assistant coordinator. Meeting place of our meeting, we do it exactly 7:30. This is when we start our meeting by reciting the rosary, because this is, as it has been said, it is a month of rosary, and we are adhering to that. So these sessions are conducted in various hostels as members have agreed. Any member mkiagree mwenye atatu host, juu kuna hostels zingine hatuwezi toshea, we are so many. This hostel contain of Addison hostels, Sunrise, Sunrise, Mimshak, Mountford, Serengeti, Popular, Trap House, Comfort, Tamar. These are the hostel which consist of members of St. Benedict of Lords. The activities involved in our Bible study is evangelization. This evangelization is that period, it is a week given to us members to find more people we bring in the church. And this evangelization contains us, like you are given a role, go bring a person in church, because we need to spread this word by bringing more people in church. And this evangelization we edit with our funding, as it has been said. This is when we celebrate those new members which has been brought in the church. Number 2 is Bible study sessions. This is where we have there is that theme given by the liturgist, where all Bible study are there on and discussing on it. We have social topics. After discussing the theme of those, we have those various verses of the Bible, we read, we discuss, we elaborate everything. Then we have the social topics where we share. These social topics are connected to our lives as students, because these things, like they are part of us and we should know them. Number 3 is hikes. This is by joining other groups in times of hikes. Kuna those places tuna decide acha tu tuende, we have a fun. Tunajua places mingi, si kuja tu Kimathi kukaa, kujua tu tunapaswa kuwa shule, tunasoma, hivyo kwenda church, no. We have to explore this world, we know many things, and be aware of them. Number 3 is bashes. Since we are not so many, we join with St. Thomas of Aquinas. We have one bash as a family. This is where we go sharing and having fun, something of that sort. Participation in charity activities. As CA members, we usually do charity activity where we decide where to go and help somebody, do something for him or her, something of that sort. That is where we participate and bring our contributions and bring our support in building those things. Then the last one is in the Bible study games. This happens in time of funding, that is finalization of our evangelization. We go compete we see the winners where we have kunaweza kuwa na wenye wanakimbia, kuna sack race, kuna ingine sijui ni hapo sasa sijui ni taiplace aje, egg race, naweka kijiko kwa mdomo unaekewa egg ukiangusha nashindwa, something of that sort. Can see the pictures of our groups. Bible study. We are so many in St. Bernard. That day we were very few. I know most of us were at home, but of this time round will be too many. Juu kuna rooms zingine tunaendanga yes ni kubwa, lakini watu wamekaa hadi wengine wamesimama hadi kwa mlango, wamekaa kwa floor, wamekaa kwa vitanda, kwa seats. Too many. Our coordinator ni Moses Kaburu is not present. I'm the assistant coordinator, Faith Kanini Musimi. I have my treasurer, Daniel Kirimi. Kindly stand up. Hajafika bado. Then secretary, Annie Ruguru. This is my secretary. She's also our librarian. That is not recognized, but we gave her that role of anabeba prayer books. What? That is, my job is to inform, not to convince. Then I would like to urge all of us, if you belong to those areas, Sunrise, Serengeti, Mumford, Popular, Tamar, Addison, I welcome all to St. Benedict of Lords Bible Study. Not only so, si lazima ukuu unatoka kwa hiyo within that place. Naweza kuwa unataka naishi na Nyarifo, but you choose to join our Bible study, you are much welcome. If you belong to those, see me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Faith Musimi, for that presentation. I have one thing to comment. When you come here, the Bible study coordinators, let us be cautious about time. Please, don't explain everything. Tell us the main thing that we need to know, like where you stay, where you are found, the hostels that are part of that Bible study, the leadership, and then the time that you meet on the day. Other things we will read ourselves on the wall. Are we together? Yes, let us just say the important points to explain wenyewe. Karibu. Ikiwezekana unaweza tumia 2 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
I am Claire Nyambura, Bible Study Coordinator, St. Lucy. St. Lucy Bible Study takes place in Fanyika Catholic hostels, and it takes place on Wednesday, 8 p.m. Activities involved: we recite the Rosary, Bible verse sharing according to the theme, enye tumepewa na our liturgist. We also have testimonies and short stories, social topics, and we fully participate in the fun day. We also have our leaders. Our vice coordinator, she is Lucy Nyoike. Please stand. Our secretary, Hayuko Winnie Waithera, and our treasurer, Pia Hayuko, Sr.Irene Chege. Thank you.
Let us clap for her because she has used the shortest time possible. Thank you, Claire. The next Bible study, St. Philip Neri, Nearview Bible Study. You're welcome.
God is good
All the time.
all the time.
God is good.
Okay, my name's Maigwa. I'm the coordinator, St. Philip Neri. It's a Bible study comprising of all those students, the Dkut CC students, residing in the Nyeri areas. Nyeri areas, it's from Catholic Hall, kupanda huko juu, all those areas. Okay, we meet on Wednesdays, starting at exactly 7:30. Meetings take around 1.5 to 2 hours. So for all those wishing to join the St. Philip Neri Bible study, you're welcome. Okay, tumeambiwa tuharakishe, so sitafuata hii. So for our leaders, we have the coordinator, we have an assistant coordinator, Laura. We also have a secretary and a treasurer. So for all those wishing to join, you're all welcome. Thank you. Leaders wetu wako? Kuna amefika?
Thank you very much. Huko mbili dasi wako wanafaa wakuwe huku. Okay, sawa. Next, Bible study. Kahawa Ridge Estate Bible study. Wale watu wa estate.
To our Father, our matron, fellow Christian, ladies and gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
Now, my names are Dennis Okot. I'm the coordinator, Kahawa Ridge Estate Bible Study. So, nanisikia? Aya. Venue and time of meeting. Venue ni hostels within Kahawa. Na comprise of kuna Red Maple, kuna Queens, kuna Prides, and many more. Then tuko na day of meeting. Tuna meet every Wednesday. Time ni 7:30 p.m. Activities involved kuna praying rosary, Bible analysis and discussion, social topic, taking refreshments, a bash at the end of every semester. List of leaders. Kuna coordinator, Dennis Okot, mimi. Kuna vice coordinator, Albert Wekesa, kama yuko around. Then we have our secretary, Sylvia Mushiri, around. Our treasurer, Samuel Kuria. Yeah, I think that's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So, wenye mtaka kujoin Bible study, depending. Sawa bado. Wenye mtaka join hizo Bible study, you know the people that you need to look for. Next Bible study ni St. Marcellinus. Greens, wenye nakaa Greens, Stoneville na Landmark. Our content inakuwa kwa kichwa wako prepare for appointment. Kindly don't forget to join
Tuesdays or at 7:30, and the venue will be communicated later.
Thank you very much, Njuguna Ian, for keeping time. So, we have heard from the Bible study coordinators, and you have proved that these Bible study groups do exist. So, kindly make that step of joining the Bible study group that you need to be part of. And then kuna Bible study ya internal hostels. Currently, sijui kama ina exist, but we need to make sure that it comes back to life. Yeah, Ambrose, welcome.
All for Jesus, nothing for me. Also on behalf of the internal hostels, nimesimama kwa kiatu yao. How many are in internal hostels? Wangapi? Okay, ni venye wengine hawajafika bado. Natumai mnakuanga wengi. So, whatever has been explained there is the same thing that we do in each and every Bible study. Ukikuja, for example, the inter Bible study games, we are the winners, the internal hostels. So, despite the fact that haiko ile active sana, inakuanga active that period. So, we have to make a change that even in prayers, not only in games, in prayers, we should also be active. So I think from next week, we're going to have those sessions on every Wednesday from 7:30 p.m. To 9. Both the girls, both the ladies and the men's hostels. Sinivo? Okay, thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Ambrose, for that, for shedding light about the existence of internal hostels Bible study. Next, we are moving on to the minor, small Christian communities that are part of the Dkut Catholic Chaplaincy. And the first on stage will be St. Teresa Small Christian Community Choral Singers. Let us clap for them as they come. Coordinator.
Niajeni, our chaplain, matron, CA leaders present, first years. Mbona mmeboeka sana? Hii ni siku yenu bana, furahi. Okay, I'm here on behalf of St. Teresa of Avila. We are the choral singers. Nani jana walikuwa Koinonea? First years? Koinonea jana jioni? Yes? Yeah. Ebu mwambia hao wenzenu. Pia wakuwa tukitana hapo. Okay, St. Teresa, we are the choral singers. We usually sing during Koinonea. And also, we make and sell rosaries. those are our activities. And then huwa pia tunakuanga na hikes, charity activities, team building events, na bashes. Si mnajua kawaida? Yeah. Leaders, I'm the coordinator, David Mwana. Secretary Purity Nyambura amefika? Hajafika bado. I have treasurer Laura Mukite. Atafika. I have project manager. Huyu jamaa ndiye anatusaidia kutengeneza rosary. Tunafanya budget ya rosary. Na kama una rosary tafadhali usiende kwa bookshop ununue. Tuko nazo hapa. Unaweza niona hapo nyuma ama uone my project manager. Ebu project manager anaitwa Roland Steady. Kama unahitaji moja unaweza muona. I think that's it.
Thank you very much, David Mukhwana. Hii ndio nickname yake huko CA. Next on stage ni St. Vitus Innovation Talent Family. The liturgical dancers. Let us clap for them.
Tumsifu Yesu Kristo. Milele na milele amina. My name is Hem Karaoke, the chairperson Innovation Talent Family. So basically, sisi ka Innovation, we are the liturgical dancers. Kazi yetu mainly ni coordinate mass. We are called upon by either our chaplain, our liturgist. Tuna participate kwa mass. So ile ni picha tukidance mass. Nipitishe next. So hizo ndo roots za St. Vitus. Ya kwanza ni nimesema liturgical dancers. Ya pili ni tuna represent the church in the outside society. Tunakuanga like tumealikwa kuna harusi, kuna anniversary. So father, msikia kuna anniversary. So anniversary yako tuna expect tutaianimate kwa moyo wetu. So activities zetu tunakuanga na hike, charity activity, bash inakuanga reunion with our alumni wenye walimaliza shule mbele yetu. Alafu tuko na talent show. Talent show inakuanga at the end of the year, but due to some personal issues hatutakuwa nayo this semester, itakuwa next sem. Tunakuanga pia na team building, sisi ndo wakuu. Although leo tumeibiwa. Ako wapi referee? Umetuiba. Lakini ni sawa. So, hiyo ni picha hike, no, inafaa kuwa ya team building. Tunasaidia kanisa kwa team building. So next. Hii ni charity activity. So kuna huyo mzee wa Weru. Kila mtu anajua mzee wa Weru kwenye anaishi. So like ikwangi a major charity activity. Tunaenda kusaidia, tunafua, tuna clear bushes around the house. Hii ni bash. So hii ilikuwa reunion, tulikuwa over 60 people. Watu 60. Mnaweza hold. Wacha sijui tuitango sisi ndo the mighty St. Joseph tuwatoe hapo. So in the wedding event tulikuwa tumeenda Kingo Parish. Tunaalikangwa ndio venye tuna dance vizuri. So pia next month with the permission of our matron, chaplain and the executive tumeitoa harusi tena huko Kingongo. So to our first years, hii like ni opportunity yako ya kushine. So pia nyinyi mkisikia like kuna watu wanafanyanga harusi bado wakiwa shule. ama unajua mzazi wako anafanya harusi. Sisi tuko hapa juu ya hiyo. So meeting zetu tunapatananga Monday 5 p.m, Wednesday pia ni 5 p.m, Friday 5 p.m, Saturday ni 5 p.m, na pia huwa tunapatana na Sunday after mass kujikumbusha zile styles zenye routine tulikuwa tumeanza tukasahau. So venue yetu inakuanga Freedom Hall balcony. Like wiki nimekuwa na shida kuelezea first years balcony kwenye iko. Inakuanga unaona pale tu ukiingia tu kwa stairs ya kwanza ukitoka SOB. Ukipanda hiyo stairs in between the Freedom Hall na washrooms kwenye ziko, kuna stairs on your right na left. Unapanda na hizo stairs hadi juu place utapata kuna seats. So kuna ile nje ya kwenda kwa washrooms hapo katikati, unatumia hiyo pavement ndio utatupata hapo nyuma. So tuko na leaders pia. Huyo ndo mkuu wao, hata mimi simjui. So tunakuanga na chairperson which is me. Kazi yangu mainly ni oversee the activities zenye zinaheldiwa na the St. Vitus. Tuko na deputy wangu, that's the coordinator. Mainly yeye anakuanga deputy wangu. Like kasi yuko, yeye ndo ako in charge. Tukienda kwa treasurer, huyo ndo ako in charge ya monetary records na pia kuokota. So next tuko na secretary. Secretary kazi yake ni kuandika minutes, ana record kila kitu chenye tumeenda, anaandika reports. So haijaandikwa pale, she is also my PA na I think ako. Unaweza simama uwevia watu. So next kuna organizing secretary. So uwezi kazi yake tu, yeye ndo anakuanga hype master, yeye ndo in charge, yeye ndo chairperson wa any committee yenye tunataka kutengeneza, ndo itusaidie ku run. Kama tuko na talent show, yeye ndo ako in charge of the committee. So tuko na welfare coordinator, unaona vile ni mweupe. Huyu ndo Sunshine, tunamtanga Sunshine wa group. So basically wacha niambie the first years, like kama unasikia uko na shida ya shopping, meals, like una struggle, in our docket tunakuanga na welfare coordinator. Ukimuinbox ama umuone atakusort. So next ni prayer coordinator. Prayer coordinator ndo anakuanga in charge of all prayers. Prayers zote, anything yenye ina deal na spiritual matters ako in charge. So tuko na system coordinator. System coordinator ndo ako in charge ya system yetu. Yeye ndo like si mnakuanga na other functions kama CA. Huyo ndo unafaa kuona, ndo in case una hire ama unataka kusaidiwa na hiyo system. So hii wiki nimekuwa na challenge to introduce my first years. Nimekuwa mimi ndo kiongozi pekee. All the rest najua mjawaona. So wana represent shule in the music festivals wako Meru. So without much ado, DJ, kuna kitu kidogo tuliwatengenezea, of which tulianza jana with the first years. So mimi ndo tu outsider hapo. Ni sawa. So welcome. Azi.
Swahili. Swahili.
Tukujeni.
I am a good dancer, but my movements inakuanga akili tu. Sijai apply physically. So, but pale kwa ilikuwa organizing secretary. Bwana mkuweka picha. Ama sura. Sasa kusema kitu. Amazing sunshine. So next ni St. Gabriel the Archangel Small Christian Community. The instrument and communication team. Welcome.
Our matron, the Dkut leaders and our visitors today are all for Jesus.
Nothing for me.
Nothing for me.
All for Jesus.
On behalf of St. Gabriel, the Archangel, my name is Paul Bryan, and I'm here to give you details about St. Gabriel. So, St. Gabriel, the Archangel, we are the ACC in charge of content production and management under Dkut CC. Some of the activities that we do include live streaming mass, that is every Sunday. We also set up the public address system. We have our address system that we usually use, like the one we are using right now. We also project content during mass and other Dkut CC events, like those who attended Koinonia yesterday, like this event here today. In addition, we are the ones who are in charge of management of the church social media accounts. In that line, I would like to remind all of you that we have platforms, social media platforms. One is Facebook. So if you are using Facebook, you can check our, we have a page and a group. You can like our page, Blessed Sr.Irene Stefani Nyaatha, Dkut Catholic Chaplaincy. We also have a Twitter account, Blessed Irene Stefani Nyaatha, Dkut Catholic Chaplaincy. We also have an Instagram account. You can also check our Instagram account, Blessed Irene Stefani Nyaatha, Dkut Catholic Chaplaincy. And we also have our YouTube channel, like the one we are using to live stream this mass today. So ensure you visit our YouTube channel, Blessed Irene Stefani Nyaatha, Dkut Catholic Chaplaincy. And we will be sharing the links for those social media platforms. And please ensure that you subscribe to our channel. I think right now we are at 300 subscribers, and we want to reach 10,000 very soon. So please, we are going to share the links, and don't ignore them. Ensure that if you get Wi-Fi or if you have data at that point, ensure that you subscribe to our channel. In addition to that, we also create posters for events like the one that we are using for this particular event. And also, we are the custodian of all the assets, all the Dkut CC assets. That is St. Gabriel, and I'll go to the leadership of our St. Gabriel the Archangel. We have our coordinator, Eric Kimathi. Please, na kuwakilisha saizi, so nitakuomba usimame wakuone. That is our coordinator. We have our vice coordinator, Alfred Gidinji. I'm not sure if he's around. If you're there, you can see him back there. We have our secretary, Mark Mwangi. We have our treasurer and also the person in charge of our social media, that is Anne Wanja. I think she's not around. And then we have director of communication, that is Paul Bryan, the person talking here. And then finally we have Tabitha Gadoni, our vice director for communication. She's not around. She sent apology. If you want to join St. Gabriel, there is a WhatsApp number. I can't see it, but you're going to share it, or you can see me. You can see the coordinator or the vice coordinator. Thank you very much, and welcome to St. Gabriel. You can join this team. We are also developing a website for our CC, and soon everything will be okay. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Paul Bryan. If you want to join St. Gabriel, see any of those leaders mentioned. So next group, St. John Bachman Altasavas. Let us clap for him.
The chaplain, registrar, and the students, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning once again.
Good morning.
I'm here in charge of St. John Bachman. I will not describe everything, of course you will see it, but it's in charge of serving Mass. You guys know it. If you're a Catholic, and I believe most of us are back in church, we have those who serve Mass. So St. John Bachman is in charge of serving Mass. We also have some roles that we play, e.g. The likes of going to Mr. Waweru, Mzee Waweru, and many things. Of course, if you join it, you shall be able to see. It majorly leads in praying and coordinating each other. The hardest question that most of you are asking me is, does it mean if you are a St. John member, you will become a priest or a sister? And the first thing that I never spoke, but the first thing that I could say, not say, to react was what you've just reacted. I laughed. But it's not all about that you'll become a priest or a sister. It's all about mentoring yourself in the spiritual aspect, to growing up, keeping spiritual needs first on hand. I don't have much to say, but we have some leaders. Eric, if you can just, those are the leaders there. On the far right, we have the treasurer, Rachel Muturi. We have Steve Kialo, who is the liturgist, is in the executive team of the church. We have Pauline Wanjiru, who is the chair. Dennis Thoya, the coordinator. Isabella Lesepe on my father's left, who is the secretary. So if you want to join the group, feel free, provided you're a Catholic baptized member and you receive the Holy Communion. That means you studied catechism. Those are just activities you will come to understand later and know them. We have bash activities, spiritual trips and hikes. Our meeting times are on Sundays in the after Mass in the Covadis Chapel, just below the Covadis where we conduct Mass. That's a brief meeting on Sunday. On Tuesday we recite rosaries and much of sharing the Bible, much of sharing our things to do with the church, reminding each other on our ways to live. It usually happens in room 7, School of Business, at 6 p.m. That is after Mass. We have on Saturdays where we have our trainings just to serve Mass, and at that point is where we can do some cleaning too. If you want to join the group, you can just contact any member of St. John. I'm sure there are several, including our chair, the chair, Emerico. That is it. Good luck and welcome to the group. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mark Cosmos, for that presentation. So the next group will be St. Peter, Small Christian Community. Welcome. Let us clap for him.
Thank you. Our able chaplain, Father Vincent Wambugu, our matron and a hard-working registrar of academic affairs and research, Professor Hamasi, all our leaders present, and our gorgeous and wonderful and some new members present. All for Jesus, nothing for me. I am Mike Juma. I'm the vice coordinator of St. Peter's SCC. I'm a passionate become student. Have that in mind. Okay. I'm praying God to guide me on the issue of time as I take this steering wheel to elucidate more about St. Peter's. St. Peter comprises of Catholic students from School of Business, that is BBA. We have got Bachelor of Commerce, BCom. We have got BPSM, the ITPS, and there's fashion and design. We left it out, but it's there. Both who are pursuing it under diploma or degree program. In addition to that, we have got various places of meeting and activities involved. So we usually have our meetings in room 6, but not frequently. Room 6 is in SOB, the School of Business part, at 3 p.m. on Sundays. Then there are various activities involved, like prayers. We've got sharing Bible verses. We've got social topics such as the mental health, relationships, welfare of our members, and any other business. There's leadership. Under leadership, we have the coordinator, and as you can see, they are well presented in hierarchical or hierarchy manner. Hiyo yote. So we have Quinta Akinyi, the coordinator of St. Peter. If you're present, kindly stand up. Yes, she's my boss. Then we have the vice coordinator, Mike Juma, standing here. There is Secretary Sharon Jeptum. We have Treasurer Tobias Said, kijana kutoka Coast. Our prayer coordinator is not there, but she's Esther Waweru. But I think you saw her picture. Pale kwa coordinator wa HEM. Si mnakumbuka hiyo picha? There's the one who is in charge of welfare, Faith Kanini, competitor. Then we have ushers. I don't know if they are present, John and Jesse. Are they present? Okay, you will come to meet them when the right time knocks. We have the group pictures. We have the group pictures. As you can see, there was a picture that was taken during a meeting. Then there's a bash. Ndo yule Sharon. Ona yule anakula. Mtakuwa mnakula hivyo. There we eat. We do cut cakes during those bashes. The next picture, please, to save time. There we go. Then we have hikes. Hapo tunatembeanga, we enjoy. You feel at home. Ona tu. Wenye wajui mzee Waweru, we do usually conduct charity activities. And there is mzee. Amekuwa mkubwa. Then ndo hao wanafanya charity activity. And I think we are done with those pictures. Finally, I want to welcome you all in St. Peter's group. There is a small Christian community, a home of greatness, a home full of joy, a home of luminous future, and a home that is mwah, like mwe. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much, Mike Juma, the tallest guy. Next group on stage, St. Angela's, the Great. St. Angela's family. Let us clap for our madam. Continue clapping. Clap again.
All for Jesus. I'm here on behalf of St. Angela's SCC family. We are one family, by the way. My name is Chelsea, Vice Coordinator. As it is a small Christian community of all Catholic students doing science-related courses. Si mnajua hizo science courses? That is industrial chem, leather technology, actuarial, computer science, information technology, BIT, food science, mathematics and modeling, and nursing. We always meet on Sundays at 3 p.m. Venue inakuanga room 11, School of Business, ama kwa Waweru. And when we go there, tunakuanga na kupray rosary, kuna sharing, social topics. Social topics zinakuanga interesting. Hiyo hata hapo ndo tunatumianga time mingi. Alafu communication inakuanga through WhatsApp group. Kama hauyuko WhatsApp group, you can see me or any leader, nitawaita watasimama. List of leaders, tuko na Tony Mwangi, coordinator, hayuko. And then Chelsea Machini, mimi sasa, vice coordinator. Alafu treasurer wetu ni Margaret Wangari, ako. Hilary Rono, secretary. Faith Waithera, prayer coordinator, I bet ako. Tony Maina, disciplinarian. Kihonge and Felistas ni hashas au sidhani wako. Tunakuanga na activities, hikes, zinakuanga poa. That's where you get to socialize. Hapo ndo mna create friendships. Si mnajua nowadays connections tunatafutanga through friends. The friends that you make here ndo the connections of tomorrow. Tunakuanga na charity activities zenye zinakuanga poa because we give back to the society. Sinda? Alafu pia mkiona hapo tuko na picture, the next picture. Tunakuanga na t-shirts zimeandikwa St. Angela's family. Kama ulikuwa Sunday uliona, tunakuanga smart sana. Sinda? Ndio maana inaitwa St. Angela's, the power one. Hadi chama nako St. Angela's. Na tunakuanga wengi. So if you are in School of Science, karibu. Asante.
Thank you very much. Nikienda SCC meeting, niko chini yake. She becomes my boss. Next group on stage will be St. Joseph, the mighty. Let us clap for the mighty. Clap again. Stop. Technical error. Nakuomba uwe mlinzi wangu.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Our chaplain, our matron, CA leaders present, and all our first years. Good morning.
Good morning.
Tumsifu Yesu Kristo. So in front of you is Samuel Kuria, pursuing Bachelor's of Technology in Building and Construction. I am the Vice Coordinator of St. Joseph. So St. Joseph is a SEC group consisting of the students who are pursuing engineering courses, that is BSc in Civil Engineering, BSc in Electrical and Electronics Engineering, BSc in Mechatronics Engineering, BSc in Mechanical Engineering, BSc in TIE, Telecommunication and Information Technology, Bachelor's of Technology in Building and Construction, BSc in Chemical Engineering, BEd, Bachelor's of Education in Civil Engineering, Bachelor's of Education in Electrical and Electronics Engineering, and BEd in Mechanical, JJs and JS. So St. Joseph, we usually meet at Room 7, School of Business, or sometimes at Kwawawerus. So our activities include what? So we usually have hikes at katikati ya semester. We usually have bashes at the end of the semester. We usually have charity activities. I think that's all. So welcome very much to St. Joseph. Santeni.
Thank you very much, the coordinators of each small Christian community. By now, depending on the course that you are taking, you know where you need to belong. Sawa. Don't be misled. We are done. Alikuwa na backup. Okay, you can play the slides. Oh yeah. Thank you very much. Now watu wenye wanaficha sura zao hata kwa picha. What do they want? So asante sana. Next team on stage is the great team. The great team and the big team. St. Cecilia Dkut CC Choir. Let us clap for them. Continue clapping.
Take your time. Ini kwa yuko shati. Sawa.
Our chaplain, Reverend Father Dr. Vincent Wambogo, our registrar of Research and Academic Affairs, Dedan Kimathi University of Technology, and our matron, all our leaders present, and my fellow Christians, all for Jesus.
Nothing for me.
Nothing for me.
All for Jesus.
I am Peter Maina, the St. Cecilia Choir chairperson, and St. Cecilia is the group that does the singing during masses, yeah, we do singing. That quality singing that you hear on Sundays is done by this great team, St. Cecilia Choir. Yeah, our places of meeting, we always meet, that is obviously on Sunday for animation of mass. Also, we meet for our choir practices on Friday at 4 p.m., room 7, School of Business. On Saturday, today, at 3 p.m., room 7, School of Business. And a short practice after Mass on Sundays at the Covadis Youth Hub Hall. Yeah, the activities involved, we prepare our Mass songs, the Mass that we sing, the songs that we sing during Mass, that is, we prepare for them during those practices. We have a very strong music class, which was to start today, but has been postponed due to the induction. Yeah, where we teach the aspirants, the aspiring teachers, to play the keyboard, to conduct the choir, and to read music theory. Yeah, we also learn new songs and very deep adventures in the field of music. Yeah, the list of the leaders. I am Peter Maina, the coordinator. I have my assistant, I'm a vice chairperson, Faith Waithera. I have my very able secretary, Hilda Njeri. And my treasurer, the very strong bass singer, David Karanja. Yeah, choir being a quite large group, I have a team of about 12 leaders. Yeah, I may not be able to present all of them right now, but yeah, those are the 4 main leaders. Yeah, for the other activities that we do, we have production of discs. Here I have one. Yeah, this is the volume 3 disc. Yeah, Unijibu Upesi. And we also have our end of semester parties, bash. They are always very fun, very beautiful, cooking a lot of food. We also have our hikes where we visit different places around Nyeri. Yeah, where we also have fun and we also eat. Eating is one of our main businesses. After we sing, we eat. After we sing, we eat. To rejuvenate that strength that we have used during singing, yeah, we eat. So one of my leaders, my marketing chair, would like 2 minutes, Bwana Chairman, to say something about this disc, kindly.
God is good.
All the time.
All the time.
God is good.
So I'm the marketing manager in the Dkut CC, St. Cecilia Choir. With me, I have 2 discs, one volume 2 and volume 3. So these DVDs goes at 100 bob. So we are here to promote you promoters. Like tuko na wimbo lakini hatuna pesa ya kutoa wimbo zingine because we are having these DVDs with us, most of them. So as long as you can talk, you can always sing. You can see me, you can see Peter Maina here, you can see David Karanja. You can see him there. Get yourself a copy because these DVDs will motivate you. Personally, I remember when I was in class 8, I had a brother here. He got volume 1, and I was like, when I grow up, I want to be that DVD hata nionekane kwa TV na nikoe St. Cecilia. Here I am pursuing that dream. You are welcome to our choir, and you can come get your copy at 100 shilling only, at 100 shilling only. If you want to, we can talk. You can get it at 150, 2 copies. That is for one person. But if you want one, you come at 100 bob. Thank you.
My marketing director has decided to give you all the discs without my permission. All right, now, I think, Mr. Chairman, we can have a small presentation for the choir. Choir members, kindly, tukaribie kidogo.
First year choir members, kindly. First year choir members, kindly, pia tuongee mbele.
Wazee sadia huku, wazee ni wale wanatamka sauti na tetemesha, inatetemesha, sijui inatetemesha nini, but inatetemesha. We always do better than that. If you want to join choir, you can see Peter Minor or any leader or any member of St. Cecilia Choir. Sawa sawa. Usiseme hauna sauti ya kuimba. Anybody who can talk has the power to sing. Tuko sawa sawa. Tuko line moja. So you can join St. Cecilia Choir. Next, team on stage for a very short time, at most 2 minutes. Group, welcome.
It comprises of all ladies in the Catholic. We have 3 leaders. That is the chair lady, the secretary, and the treasurer. The secretary is Hilda Njeri. And the treasurer, Agnes. Okay, we have several functions. That is bringing together the Dkut ladies, ensuring the welfare of the ladies, evangelizing the word of God, participating in organizing holy masses, organizing religious or team building activities. We work closely with the matron and patron, who will be the chairperson in all activities we undertake, to provide the platform where all ladies can participate and feel part of the Dkut CC. For the ladies who are not yet in our group, you are free to contact either me, Hilda, or Agnes. Thank you.
Thank you very much. St. Paul's Gent Chairperson.
Lord, our Dkut CC leaders present, our guest of honor today, Mjamboni. Wanaume ni aje? Okay. My name is David Mopana, the chairperson. I have Secretary Alex Kinoti. I have his apology, I look around. I have Treasurer Tokia Saidi. I'm going to Mombazani. Okay. We have activities that we usually do. All masses. St. Paul Church. Kama utakuwa added, please see either Tokias or me or any leader other than Mr. Chairman here. Tutakuwa for the East Communications. Kitu yenye nitamwambia wanaume sana sana, tusiweke Mungu kando sana. Sawa sawa, tutoka hapa na strong faith, tukienda outside to our various areas nyumbani, to express our faith, our strong faith. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Let us clap for him. And let us have a five factorial to appreciate for those who have presented in front of us here today. Let us prepare our hands. I hope you all know what Faktoro means. 5 claps in descending order.
I want to, 1, 2, 3, let's go.
Thank you very much. I hope kuna groups, hakuna group nimelima hard ama shoka. Next team to stand before us will be the Dkut CC 2021-2022 executive team. Kindly come forward. Asante sana DJ. This is the executive team that we work together, we support each other so that we can see the chaplaincy making progress and moving to the next level. So we don't have much time. I would just like to request you to say your name, the course you're doing, and the year, your post, and then 1 or 2 words, if you have any. Thank you very much.
All for Jesus. Mimi ni mdogo wa pili hapa ni mama. Naitwa Ambrose Wabwile Murahi. I'm the librarian in Dkut CC. I'm pursuing building technology. Second year. Feel welcome to this family. For the 4 years and 5 years you'll be here. A nice place by day. Ni huku sitoki. Karibuni tena. Asante.
All for Jesus.
Nothing for me.
Nothing for me.
All for Jesus.
I am a third year student pursuing mechatronics engineering. And I'm the leader. I'd like you to put God first in everything that you do.
Thank you very much.
God is good.
All the time.
All the time.
God is good.
Roland Steady, BSc Triple E 2.2. I am the current treasurer at Dkut CA. And just one word. Let us be hungry for the faith. Let us try and learn about our church. Let us try and understand our Catholicity. Why do we do what we do? Why do we wear the rosary? Why do we bow before the cross? Why do we bow before the altar? Why do we have awareness? Why do we have different seasons of the church? Let's try and be hungry to know our faith. Let's not just be here. Okay, I've seen most of the SCC leaders, everything. We've been announcing a lot about food and bashes, but also remember, as much as there's a lot of food and fun in the Dkut CA, we still have our faith, and that's what matters. God is good.
All the time.
All the time.
God is good.
Thank you very much.
Professor Jennifer Wanjiku, Dkut CC leaders, and the first years. Christ may your kingdom come.
In my heart to Mother Mary.
My name is Monica Wanjiku Njoroge, but people normally call me Shiko. I'm the vice organizing secretary. So with the organizing secretary, working hand in hand in organizing such kind of events, especially, for example, this one. I mean, 3.2, BSc TIE, that is Telecommunication and Information Engineering. I'd really like to welcome the first year, and I'm very grateful for this number. Will you work with us?
All for Jesus.
Nothing for me.
Nothing for me.
All for Jesus.
I am Anita Vera Bodoni Karaya, pursuing Bachelor of Commerce, second year, and I am the secretary. I would like to urge all of us to endelea kusimama firm in our faith, and let us remember there's a certain verse from the book of 2 Corinthians 5 verse 7 inasema, for we walk by faith and not by sight. So tusiyeyuke because of our faith, let us keep standing firm. God bless you all. Thank you.
Tumsifu Yesu Kristo. All the protocol observed. Kwa majina ni Jenga Disho. Niko na jina la kwanza la ubatizo Joseph, lakini niite Jenga Madisho na kubali. I'm the organizing secretary wa Dkut CC. Majali shughuli yetu kama kwenye mdogo wangu amesema is organizing event kama hii, na kabla sijasahau hamtatoka bila kula. Yani tumeshughulikia hiyo sekta pia. Advice wenu ni moja pekee yake. Mimi naweza kwambia kwa kanisa, marry the church. Ukiobserve, if I'm not wrong, bishop kwa na pete kwa mkono. Na hiyo pete huwa amesustain that he has married the diocese. Okay, kenye najaribu kusema ni hivi. Leo uko hapa, sasa hivi uko hapa. Je, kama ungekuwa hauko hapa, ungekuwa wapi? Hilo ndio swali. Kwa hivyo the activities that the church creates zinajaribu kukutenga wewe na mengi ambayo yanaendelea katika ulimwengu. Kwa hivyo hakikisha katika maisha yako ya kila siku hapa Dkut unajiassociate na mambo ambayo yanakukuza. Kwa sababu create loophole, na hiyo loophole iweze kuwa filled na kitu ambacho si kizuri, utaumia. I'm telling you, jana ilikuwa Friday, and if you're observant enough, unaweza ona hali yanaendelea. Lakini kuja kuenea, kuja kwa kuja St. Joseph. Kuja St. Joseph kwanza hapo. Yeah, kuja St. Joseph ama ACC yote yenye inakuhusu. And avoid yourself from the many stuff which are taking place outside the world. Christianity or the Bible or the Catholic doctrines protect us from the ever-changing culture of the world. Leo ni hivi, kesho ni hivi, but the church is strict on what is there. Sawa? Yeah, uwe na wakati mwema. Yeah. Now, in case of any issues, you can see me. I'm always available. Though busy, but I can never miss time for you guys.
Christ, may your kingdom come. Christ, may your kingdom come again. I am Mary Mbogwa. I am the vice chairperson of the Blessed Irene Chaplaincy. Anyway, I can just say something. I joined this chaplaincy my first week when I was in first year. I joined the choir. I joined St. John. I joined St. Teresa nikiwa second year. And all these groups, they demand your time, they demand your presence. Because ni wewe, it is you who makes what we do. Like hiyo tunasema hapa hai, hiyo bash, hiyo maombi, it is you. And since I joined, I can never say that I've ever wasted time in the church. I can never say that nishai lose that juu nilikuwa kanisa. Sijai fail exam ati juu sikuwa kanisa. Sijai fail juu nilienda SCC. If anything, we actually pass. So, like, usiwaisikia, like, throughout your stay in campus, never feel that the church will waste your time. The church will never waste your time. Like, be here, join. I'm sure hizo group zote tumewapresentia hapa. Kuna group umeona unaweza join, maybe umeona choir, maybe umeona unaweza serve misa, maybe umeona utaingia Bible study yenu. don't go back on that decision. Join that group, and I assure you, by the time utatoka hii shule, utasema I built myself somehow. So please join our groups. Please be aggressive in our chaplaincy. It warms our hearts so much to have you here. We are so happy. We are so happy. Actually, personally, Sesama, how happy I am, because last week we didn't know how exactly we'd get you, but we're so happy that you're here. So please, let us stick within the church. Thank you.
Thank you very much, the entire team. I am Nicholas Emerikwa Osieli. I have another name, Tesla. I'm a third-year student pursuing Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. I joined the Dkut CC on my first Sunday in Dkut. That was in 2019. And up to this time, I have no regrets. I have met with people who have mentored me. I have learned a lot from those people. They are friends. Some became family in quotes. One thing I can tell you, look for somewhere you can get attached to in matters of spiritual life, in matters of Christianity. There are things you'll not learn in the streets. There are things you'll get them while in church. When you go to church, your life is very different from that other person who doesn't know anything about the Christian life. That will model your life so that you become a great person. You'll meet mentors like our chaplain, our matron, the leaders, the patron, and other kinds of people in the church. But you learn one or two things from them. About modeling our lives in church, you don't know what the future holds. But the way we live our life determines what people will say after we are gone. I'll urge you, or I'll say this, your life might be the only gospel that people will read about you. So live it well. You might not be a professor, you might not be a priest, you might not be a teacher, because most of the time, people always remember the titles. But the way you live your life might be the only gospel that people will read about you. So, begin on how you carry yourself around, the people you interact with, and the peer pressure that comes with it. Learn, but learn the right thing. Sometimes we are advised not to imitate other people's life, but it happens. Because Mbaire is a good poet, is it a bad thing to learn how to do poetry? Is it a bad thing? You are imitating, right? Because person X is a DDO, Daily Drunkard Officer. When you try to imitate, is it a good thing? So, imitating is not a bad thing, but it depends with what you want to copy from that other person. Are we together? Yeah, that is what I had for us. At this time, I will I'll request us to have a 2 minutes break. Either you can go to the washroom, you can stretch, and then we'll be back not more than 3 minutes. So, you can do that. You can stretch. Ama kama tuko sawa, tuendelee. We can all stand. You can dance, you can sing. before we move on with our session, nataka tusimame kiasi. Kunja kiti. You find some space. Kila mtu. Kunja kiti upate space. Kuna hii song tumeimba sisi tukiwa nursery school. I will make you fishers of men, fishers of men, fishers of men. I will make you fishers of men if you follow me. Kwa hiyo wimbo kuna mahali tuko na F na M. F for female, M for men. So tukiimba fishers tuko na F. All ladies tutakaa. Kiti hezi kukunja. Teremsha hiyo kiti tutakalie. Hapo tu. Itakaa hivi. Utakaa hivi ukingojea kuketi. Sawa. Tumeelewana? Mahali kuna F, ladies mnaketi, wanaume tunabaki tumesimama. Tukifika kwa M, kama men wanaume tunaketi, ladies tunasimama, sawa? Let us do an intro. I will make bado wanaume tumesimama. Haya. I will make you fishers of men, fishers of men, fishers of men. I will make you Sasa tumeshika. Tunajita. Haya, we are now doing it in a serious way. Let us go. I will make you fishers of men, fishers of men, fishers of men. I will make you fish. Ya mwisho sasa, simame wote. Twende. I will make you fishers of men, fishers of men, fishers of men. I will make you. Tunaweza keti. Concentrate ni ngumu. We have one presentation ya mtu mmoja. Anaitwa Scholastica Nyawira. Scholastica Nyawira. The stage is yours. Scholar. Clap for her.
All for Jesus.
Nothing for me.
Nothing for me.
All for Jesus.
I didn't know I was the only presenter, but I'll try my luck. So I am Scholastica, the quiet and shy girl, but I'll try my luck. So this song I wanted to sing by Rebecca Dawn, and yeah, it really helps me pray to God when I don't have anything to tell him. So if you know it, you can help me. Okay. Nikipoteza njia Kwa safari nimechagua, nisipokuwa na nguvu, niite, niongoze kwa neema, nifunze kwa upole wako, hata nikikosea, nisaidie. Natamani kutembea nawe, natamani kutembea nawe, natamani kutembea nawe, niongoze, niongoze. Sielewi njia hii, ndo maana nakuhitaji na kutegemea wewe. Nenda nami, nenda nami. Nashindwa kukupa yote, hata hivyo nitaamini. Nashindwa kukupa yote, mwishowe kuna raha, kuna raha. Natamani kutembea nawe, natamani kutembea nawe, natamani kutembea nawe, niongoze, niongoze. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Nani ameguzwa? Let us naitwa kukuza talanta. Talanta zikuzwe. So at this time, I'd like to invite our matron, Professor Amasi, the Registrar Academic Affairs and Research. Let us clap for her as she comes. One, two.
Reverend Father Dr. Vincent Wabogo, Wakristo wenzangu, hamjambo?
Hatujambo.
All for Jesus, nothing for me.
All for Jesus.
Munanisikia kule? Ya, unajua hii kitu technology inafanya it's funny. It has been a good morning. I'm very thankful to the leadership, Blessed Irene Catholic Chaplaincy leadership, for preparing this day so that we meet the first years and welcome them to the Blessed Irene Catholic Chaplaincy. Niko na hama kidogo, lakini sio corona. I'm very, very impressed to hear what our first years have been taken through. Have been taken through. I want to say we are here to receive you into the Catholic family. We have been told a lot on how what we have heard this morning is ways and means of growing your faith, continuing with your journey of faith, so that in your next 4 years, 5 years, or 2 years, you do not fall hapa na pale na kutoka kwa mwelekeo mzuri. I would say you have no reason not to belong to the Christian community next to you, next to where you live. When you look at Toyotas, usually they say, or where you'll be staying accommodation-wise, in the school where you'll be studying, School of Science, School of Engineering, School of Business, ITPS, and wherever, I want to say that the Christian community near you will be a Catholic community. All those more Christian communities we've heard about, see, those are communities. So we have no reason not to belong to any of those, so that we can continue with our journey of faith. So I'm grateful to the leadership for explaining what they have for you, and that gives us reason to tell you you have no reason not to grow in your faith. And that is why we also have the Reverend Father, Dr. Vincent Wabogo, to support us on that journey. So that was very, very powerful. But I don't want to talk about now that, because the leadership has told you about here, the ways in which they make sure that the faith keeps growing. I want to go to our social survey, what I call social survey, which I want to tell you to take care of your social survey. Normally when you apply for a job, you are told to attach your CV. So when we are applying for jobs, we attach our CV, we say where we went to school, our job experiences, the competences we have, the knowledge that we have, all those things that we put on the public space. And we are never ashamed of it, because we can prove where I went to school, we can prove whether you got an A or an E, Cindy. All those go to the CV. But I want to talk about the social CV. The social CV largely has what your peers say about you. Not what you say about yourself. What we see and what we say about you. What we see gives us the content that we say about you. So it becomes the social CV. And I'm happy today. I was looking around. First years, because mmechanganyika sana. First years. Stand up. Thank you, thank you. I was looking at I want to say, from here upwards, hata chini, lakini from here upwards, because that's what I see, you are very smart. Wanaume wenye wako hapa wamechana nywele. First years. I'm very impressed. That is the first thing I looked. Those who come to my office, na nywele inakaa kama, na I usually ask them, kichana yako ilipotea? Before they know what I mean, kichana yako ilipotea? I'm very impressed with you first year. Yes, ladies and men, and particularly men. Because watu waliingia campus wakaanza kupoteza vijana. So they walk around their first years wamefika, kichana kinapotea. That says a lot about you. That says a lot about you. So that is started there. From here up, tuanzie kuandika wa social CV, from here up, the hair. It says a lot about you. But as I talk about the social CV, let me give you, I worked in the university I started in the university before you were born. All of you before you were born. The only person who was born then was ours truly. Nyinyi wengine hamkuwa mmezaliwa when I started teaching in the university. So the story I'll tell you out of experience. But let me start with our 2 weeks ago. One of you decided to murder a roommate to a girlfriend. Did you hear about it? One of you, a fourth-year student who has not graduated from Dkut. He had completed his 4-year. He was waiting for graduation. So both of them were taken to the mortuary. That's about friendship. So let's start writing our social CVs from the friendships that we keep. And it's possible that if we follow what we've been taught today, and I'm talking to first years, what we have been taught today, the small Christian communities that we have, that will help us grow our faith, grow our social skills, those hikes, those parties, nasikia kuna wengine na chakula ni kingi kule. Once you hang around the right people, you really become past tense before your time. So that is story number 1. That was 2 weeks ago. Also after that, one of our marathon runners, what happened to her? Another person. The family was saying she was not legally married to that man. So ni kama alimchukua akiwa form 2. Eloped with this fellow, form 2. Then go to number 3. Number 3 is my experience as a chair of a department in a university. One of my students in the department, she was the last born of 7 girls in the family, came to me 2 weeks before exam and told me, Madam, I'm thinking of going for masters. So I'm coming for advice. I told her, let's talk about after exams. There was a long weekend. So she goes to visit the boyfriend. That is the last time we saw her. She did not know that the boyfriend dropped out of the university, discontinued on academic grounds. First years kuna kitu inaitwa discontinued on academic grounds. Sio kama mliambiwa. The guy could not pass exams. So the university tells you kwaheri ya kutoonana. I told you about kwaheri ya kutoonana. So, but the guy was masquerading like a graduate in the same town. Rented a room somewhere. So that long weekend, the landlord was not there. So he planned. So akaita msichana akaenda. She was found dead and him hanging kwa bathroom. How did we get to know? The neighbors, that was after 2 weeks. What do you find after 2 weeks? What do you find after 2 weeks? When people die and nobody knows after 2 weeks. So when the story was going around, I was in a meeting, something told me, nikasema, I hope that's sio mwanafunzi yangu. You know, when you hear, as lecturers, you hear, oh, there is such an incident. What came to my mouth is, I hope it's not my student. I had no student in mind, but just because we heard there's a student, blah, blah, blah. Lo and behold, it was my student. Tukachukua basi, tukaenda kwa county fulani where we went to bury her. I told you she was the last born of 7 girls. Mama yake, of course, you don't know what to tell her. Umekuja na basi imejaa wanafunzi. The mother said, Lord gave, and Lord did what? Mungu alinipea, amechukua, si ndio? So again, company that you keep in the university, you better know who they are. And the small Christian communities, you give you that chance to know the people you're interacting with, si ndio? But if you're interacting with people that nobody knows, people can be walking in this compound masquerading like students, but they're not students. And that's how what that man did. Example number 4. When I was a first year, I went to KU. There's a place in KU we used to call Bishop's Square. It was called Bishop's Square because now huyu bishop had many wives. But he also came. He was not a Catholic bishop. He also came. He had his own church. He had now a girlfriend in the university. And the man, I think this girlfriend was also a girlfriend of another student. What did the male student do to help their comrade? Walichoma gari ya Mercedes ya bishop. So that's why it became Bishop Square. Penye Mercedes ilichomwa. Social CV. Tunaendelea kujenga social CV, sio? The fifth example. There is a guy who was doing a good job producing T-shirts in another town that I lived. He was my friend. So I used to take businesses to him to produce T-shirts. Then he had this girlfriend. Yeye hakuwa ameona mlango ya university. Hakuwa ameona gate ya university. So he was not a graduate. Girlfriend amepita. Sinajua between KCSE and you are going to the university, a lot happens in between, si ndio? Girlfriends, wengine wameolewa, wengine wameoa. That time becomes a busy time. So the girl goes to the university. Jamaa kajikangamua kalipa fees. Msichana akamaliza university. Now I'm talking to men. When the girl graduated, degree iko kwa mfuko, jamaa akasema amesave pesa sasa. Si ameeducate the girl. Amesave pesa sasa aende kwa wazazi ajitambulishe. Sasa hiyo msichana amepata kazi in a certain bank. Msichana akatoweka. Akaenda akiendanga. Hakutaka jamaa aende kwao. That's when the guy realized pesa yake yote ilimwagika. So I found him at that point of disappointment. Nikamuuliza yeye, akaniambia unajua nini? Sasa nilinunua shamba juzi pale. Niko na plot 2, nimeweka ng'ombe. Ile pesa yote nilikuwa ninapeleka wapi? Kutoa dawari. Alikuwa ameweka pesa ya dawari. Sasa yeye akaamua aendesha biashara yake, amenunua plot 2, ameweka ng'ombe ya grade. Hiyo story amemali. That was a very wise man. Mwingine angeweka kaba wapi? Kwa shingo, because angekuwa analia ile pesa imepotea. Haya. Another time we were having a bash here. It was a Catholic, just end of year party. Nikajikia jamaa akaongea akasema alipokuja university ile girlfriend alikuwa ameacha nyumbani aliabandon, akakuja akatafuta ingine hapa. So it's possible most of you that's what they will do. Wataabandon ule mwenye ako kwa village na kutafuta ingine hapa, na wale wako hapa watabado ile boyfriend waliwacha kwa village wachukue ingine hapa. That's part of youthfulness. That's what happens. So, and when you do all that, you are building your social CV, and your friends will live to tell the stories. So my advice is, unless someone is your sister or your brother, take time to learn them. Take time to know them, to understand them. And our blessed Irene Catholic Chaplaincy has created all that social space. Has created the social space. Umeona kwa hapa? This could have been half the group. Kuna all those small Christian communities, kuna all St. Joseph, St. Angela, St. Who. Those are all social spaces that have been created for you to learn and know people, so that by the time you learn and know them, you also have learned the university better. And you'll be able to make good choices, wise choices, when you have to do that. Have you heard something called a gold rush? Yeah? Anybody who has ever heard about gold rush in the university? What I do? Gold rush? And yes, when first years come, second, third, fourth, fifth, and mostly second years napea credit kidogo, because the men in second years are just starting to be stable. So ours utaweka kwa wamenyanyasiwa kwa first year. They're just starting to funguka macho, okay? Wale watu wanaitwa fifth. Wale watu wanaitwa fourth. Wanasahau ile girlfriend yote walikuwa naye in the university and in the village, wana rush to the first year. So inaitwa gold rush. Inaitwa gold rush. But when I try to understand this rush and this gold, nikagundua there is a science behind it. When walifanya biology wakaelewa vizuri, kuna science behind it. Normally, if you are not chaste, if you do not abstain, and especially for girls, the science behind this is, if you are taking contraceptives, the girls or women start smelling like men. Kama hii contraceptive kuna testosterone inside it, and you are a woman having more testosterone, what does that mean? What does that mean? I want before I invite further, if you want to discuss those other matters later, kuna ladies and gents breakfast, tutaongea mengi huko. But I want to say, for your spiritual growth to happen, you have to live responsibly, because spiritual growth works hand in hand with emotional and social growth. Huwezi weka moja chini atutembee na ingine. You know? So for your spiritual growth to happen, you have to live responsibly. Spiritual growth works hand in hand with emotional and social growth. So I would say, let your social CV speak about your Catholic values. Yenye umesomeshwa, umeogeleshwa. Let your social CV speak about your Catholic values. And I want to say, coming to the university is the beginning of a journey of adulthood. All that time before, you are at the, be considered mtoto ya mama, mtoto ya baba, you know. Sasa umeletwa university, ni kama umefunguliwa mlango, and you start now your journey into adulthood. Through that journey, you are expected to grow into a responsible Christian and responsible citizen. A responsible citizen, first of all Christian, because we are first of all Christians before we become students. Responsible Christian, responsible student, and finally we hope by the time we graduate you become a responsible citizen. That is why the Blessed Irene Catholic Chaplaincy is here to help you walk a journey of faith responsibly. With that, I invite our Reverend Father Dr. Vincent Wabogo to speak to his congregation.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Our matron, Professor Hamasi, our patron in absentia, the leadership here present, the central leadership and the leadership down the grassroots, and our dear first years. Good afternoon again.
Good afternoon.
God is good
All the time.
and all the time.
God is good.
All for Jesus.
Nothing for me.
And nothing for me.
All for Jesus.
I do not want to take a lot of your time now that you've been listening for the better part of the morning. But I must say that I am very happy. I didn't know what happens after first years join the chaplaincy. We saw the elaborate program that our registrar had in the last 2 weeks. And I imagine that it was work that was done for many months before that culminated in a very, very organized way of orienting our first years with a climax on Tuesday with the Vice Chancellor. And I didn't know that a similar program would arise for our chaplaincy. And I'm very impressed, actually. And I must thank the chairman, the vice chairman, and your executive, and the leadership down the grassroots for this arrangement. I am aware and I can see that we are not all here. And of course, being a Saturday, and that is not quite a good reason, but there could be very good reasons why some of our people are absent. But I guess that those who are here present, you're going to be ambassadors so that as many as possible can receive what we have heard this morning. And I think myself and our professor and I, what we have witnessed, what we have enjoyed most is testimony between yourselves, peer testimony, peer guidance, peer witness, telling each other this is the way. Because we are here ourselves to confirm what you have said and what you have told each other. And the most powerful testimony is what you have told each other. Because I might come and tell you things that you then dismiss as something ideal, something utopian like many people will do. But when you tell each other and you are at the same level in terms of age and pursuit of your professional life, then that has more impact. That does not mean that what we tell you has no meaning. And before I forget, that's why I want to support what the matron has told you. What we face in our lives today is caring. And you can see that priorities are upside down. When people get to the university, they embrace freedom that sometimes dismisses responsibility. There's nothing as dangerous as that concept of freedom without responsibility. Many times, I must say, we may be in a situation where we feel that somebody else is suffering because you are doing A, B, C, D. But what the matron has told you, and I would like to say that the matron is also our registrar, and we are very lucky. I must tell you, apart from God being our invaluable asset, both in the university and also in the chaplaincy, we must count on the asset that the matron and the patron are to us. They are, why you don't see me struggling is because the matron is able to tell people things as they are. I am never in any worry that I have to say so much. For me, I prepare sermons and I preach, but I know somebody else is able to say things. Sometimes you may say things that are not popular, but they have to be said. And why am I saying this? Because, as I said, you may do things that you think other people are getting annoyed or are suffering, but at the end of the tunnel, it is you'll be the one suffering. It may take time, it may come much later, but you realize that you come to a point where people are abandoned, they no longer know what to do with you and you are left alone. Before you get there, then you have to listen, you have to hear some things that perhaps you may not be comfortable with. And that is what it meant to be a prophet of God. The prophets of God were distinguished from prophets of other people, other kings and others, because they told people what they ought to hear. And we must allow each other to say what we ought to hear and not what we want to hear all the time. Some things we hear may be enjoyable, however tough they are, but others will not be, may not be comfortable, but they mean well. They are important for you now and in the future. I've been here for about 9 months now, and I want to pay homage to my predecessor, Father Professor Donatus Madenge of happy memory, and may he rest in peace. And why I'm saying this is because, and I've told many people, even where I live, I tell the Archbishop Emeritus, with whom we are every day, that the foundation laid in the past, and I see it mostly in the matron and the patron, and in the leadership that comes on board. Now, I've actually witnessed the first batch of leadership, and now the second one. And what I continue to see is something for which I thank God, that we do not have to struggle. We have the systems, we have that strong foundation that brings coordination, that makes us actually be at ease, because everybody has a portion that you are coordinating, you are doing, and people do it well. I would like to thank our leadership, and Nicholas, and your leadership, your group, your executive, and all the leaders who are here present. I want to thank you. And those who are who are not present, I would like to thank you. And I would like also to thank our matron, because today is Saturday, and we have abandoned everything to be here with our dear first years. It's no mean sacrifice. Dear first years, do not take for granted. And as Mary said, it's never a waste of time. And the chairman reiterated that. When you spend time for the good of your life in front of God, of course, you won't bring God in your life. It can never be a waste of time. I would like to emphasize again that we make our choices correctly. What is spoiling things everywhere is the issue of being outstanding in a life of fidelity to God and fidelity to the norms that guide the society. What is the common good? And I always repeat, love of God and love of neighbor. If I love my God, I will ask myself, is what I'm doing correct? And even I bring myself, is it correct for me? Is it helpful to me? And then the horizontal axis is the love of neighbor, is what I'm just about to do good for my neighbor. And let me repeat also that sometimes what is up for grabs is up for grabs for the wrong reasons. As we struggle here to get our first years into what is right, into what will help them grow not only academically, but spiritually and pastorally, there must be other people who are also strategizing to get them into a life of university life. I've never been a teacher in the university. It's my first time. I always follow the registrar. I get very good example. But I have witnessed that this is true. When I hear as chaplain now, when things happen and you don't know even what to do next, whether to do a memorial service for the devil or to abandon the whole thing to God. You don't want to judge, but everything is clear. See what people can see. And why are people killing each other? Not because they are fighting over a book. Not because they are fighting over a seat in the library. What are they fighting for? They want to access in the wrong way. Our first years have to be protected. And we must be outstanding. Let nobody abuse another one. And let nobody accept to be abused. Are we together? Stand strong for your holiness. Stand strong, and Milton used the right word, chastity. If we cannot stand strong for what is morally acceptable, now trouble begins from there. And that is why I was writing something like, you cannot keep up with two masters. You cannot be faithful to two masters, especially two masters who are parallel to each other. Jesus talked about money and God, wealth and God. But here we are talking about, for example, when you come to the university, some people look like they are in a hurry to establish families at 20 years of age. There's no hurry, nothing is going, we're not going to be short of anything in the market. There'll be men, there'll be women. Study fast so that you can also have something to offer. Are we together? Imagine you study and what you have to offer, all of us, is a casket to bury, a body to bury, and a bad story forever. God is good. Do you want that to be your legacy? Let us be careful. Let us be strong people, and do not say you are young, you have to be guided by anybody into what is wrong. And therefore, what is happening today is so important. And I say is what we tell each other. And let us keep to that, and let us be straight, let us be firm, and let us be Catholics. Sometimes we are afraid. On Sunday, I came over to another gathering here of CU, where they were singing very loudly, and looking also at St. Cecilia. In my mind, I saw St. Cecilia, and I said, every group are unable to stand. And it's like when you become too good, I listen to people saying, I cannot serve Mass because I will seem like I want to become a sister or I want to become a priest. Who said that if you serve Mass, you'll be a man? And who said you cannot be a good person unless you are a priest? There are also priests who are bad. Are we together? There are sisters who are not good. And there are Christians who are saints, are there not? Long time ago, people believed that a lay person could not become a saint. But right now, we have so many of them, very good examples of people who are outstanding in the history of humanity. Let us remember that being good is not unfashionable. I do not want to belabor that point. The matron has spoken about it. Mr. Gatembo, you remember last Sunday? You remember? Are we together? Yes. By the way, when I speak to you, I'm not only speaking to the first years. I have the opportunity to speak even to the chairman. You know, the chairman is always speaking to me first. Now today I'm speaking to you also. Are we together? God is good. So listen to us and remember that we love you so much. But let us always define that word. When you say, I love somebody, let us remember that we wish them well. And people tell each other, I love you too, I love you 4, I love you 6, and they compete in how many times? You love each other. But is it true, really? That's the question, and why do you need it now? We are in the university for a reason and a season. Just try to gauge what belongs to this reason and what belongs to this season. In other words, let us be able to organize ourselves, to use the chaplaincy for what is good for us, spiritual growth, pastoral growth, and let us remember, and this word I don't know who said it, even if you go to your group for prayers 10 times a week, there is no reason that you fail your exams. There is no reason. In fact, some of the best performers, I say that humbly because he has the records, but I have been in school also. Some of the people who do very well are also people who are visible in their faith. Because those people have no distractions of rather unnecessary distractions. And therefore, the chaplaincy will continue to be for you a home of spiritual formation, pastoral formation. It will be a home where you are reminded and you are encouraged and where you find your brothers and sisters. Let us be faithful. Let us be consistent. Let us be reliable. Let us be responsible. Let us be solemn. Whatever you can do, whatever ministry you can get, you have seen, and I'm very happy that everybody came boldly. By the way, I can't believe that I can sit down here for 2 hours and young people are telling each other and offering leadership that is admirable. Let us appreciate each other only for that, for nothing else. If you tell many people outside there that the matron and I leadership from peers, and it makes sense. We are all assets to each other. All the groups that have been presented, thank you, leaders, beautiful. All the leaders, the courage, the firmness, the fiery presentations, the eagerness to have everybody go somewhere. Let us remember all those are opportunities for our growth. The future is bright for all those who are able to dispose yourselves to God, to open your hearts to God. We are not saying that you'll be an angel. And do not mistake when I say that we are called to perfection. However, if we don't try, we'll never be. Because if you come to the university and you don't go to class, don't go to the laboratory, don't go to the library, will you pass at the very end? You will not pass at the very end. And therefore, perfection is not an ideal, it's a reality. Just as we come first year and we aim at being 5th years, 4th years, and graduating, so is the life of holiness. Let every day be a journey towards that goal. And by the time we are there academically, let us also count the gains that we have embraced in our spiritual life. My dear friends, let me thank all of you. We shall continue to be together, but let me re-emphasize that the chaplaincy is joy. Thank you, our dear matron and our patron in absentia. And I count, really, I must say, and I must give my testimony, that I always feel encouraged by you and Mr. Katembo. And I feel confident that as a chaplain, I'm not alone on our part and at our level. I want to thank the leadership, and I want to say that being in the center, I know and I confidently look at a group that has leadership. and leadership that is focused, that is firm, and people who know what you are doing. I also look at even those who don't appear to be active one way or the other, like now, not only our first years. And I always say, in the life of catechism or faith formation, we are always at a certain stage, and people come and go at their own pace. No hurry, but try to be meaningfully on course. That means don't sit and allow things to come and pass Don't abandon everything to fate. In other words, let us make effort. Our speed will be different, but where we are, let us walk with Jesus. Let us not remain where we are. Father Donatus used to say that growth is the only sign of life. Let us remember that we are dynamic human beings. And therefore, let me encourage you and let me assure you that as your chaplain, for the time that I will be with you, I told you on day one, I may not be a person of, amazing abilities, but one thing I can assure you is that I'll be available. I will be available, and anytime you want to see me, anytime you want to call me, they can bear witness that nobody asked for my number and I didn't give you. And you can call me 24/7. That is one reason why I'm proud to be a Catholic priest. If there is any encouragement I get, is from, I know I'm the patron of St. John, and I want to assure you that we are going to and I can assure you that one of the things that make me very happy is to be the chaplain. The chaplain, because we have a direction and we have that meaningful commitment, each one person. And that's why I also tell you, as Catholics, I am the chaplain of the university, and I'm very happy. But let us remember that if I am, you must also be in the forefront of being witness to what is right, what is good in the university, so that when Professor Amasi, a very high-praised person in the university, she's also seen as a Catholic. So when our people are not on the right course, what do you think is happening? Somebody somewhere may ask a question, why? So remember that your behavior, your discipline is also very important for our own testimony, even at work. But I'm not saying that you live your life well so that we can be happy, but because it is good. Do good for his own sake. Are we together? Yes. And let us be happy with each other. And I will ask Amerikwa, because I'm very poor in clapping, to come forward and repeat the same clap for our matron, for our patron who is not present, for all the leaders here present and who are absent, and for everyone here gathered, because this is the beginning of a very bright future for our chaplaincy. So we will do it on my behalf, and I trust it is somewhere.
Let's prepare our hands.
Oh, yeah.
To direct the Thank you very much.
Let us pray in the name of the Spirit. We ask you to bless them as they begin their university life, and more particularly as they begin their life in our chaplaincy. Make them strong, make them focused, make them be able to see you first and not to fear anything, and to do what is right, and to believe and be witnesses of what is good for both the society and the university at large. We thank you for the day. We thank you for our leadership. We thank you for everything that we have done. Help us that it may stick in our hearts, that it may find that journey easy from the head to the heart, that it may find a home not only now but also forever. so that when we gather to share a meal, we share friendship, we are able to understand each other and to appreciate each other. Bless what is before us, and as we eat, broaden our hearts and fill our hearts with the true love for God and for each other, and help us to get the energy we need to serve you better. For yours is the kingdom now and forever. Amen. And may the Almighty God bless you, the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
All for Jesus, nothing for me. So mine, I am the last speaker here. The last. See, speaking, thanking you. I'm here to thank you. Yes. First, I want to thank our chaplain. Father, thank you so much for joining us. Matron, thank you so much for joining us. Matron alikuwa hapa saa 4 tuko huko tunarukaruka kwa field. So we really appreciate your presence and your love. I want to appreciate the leaders. Aki, people are phenomenal people. We have no words. Me and America tuna maneno ya kutosha kuwashukuru. You give us a really ample time of service. Kwenye kote uko, aki feel appreciated. Keep doing what you do. We don't do it for each other, we do it for God. Our first years, we are so, personally, me talking for myself, I'm so happy that you are here with us. And I really pray we shall move together for the 2 years, for the 4 years, for the 5 years we shall be here. Usiwai sahau kanisa. Usiwai acha Mungu. Because when you stick close to God, He sticks close to you. Join a group, be an active member, help us. We have so many activities, and your presence is the warmth that we need. So that will be all. Tukitoka hapa, tunaenda lecturers mess. Acha niwaeleze lecturers mess iko wapi. So, okay, nasema oh my God, sitawaelezea. Tutafanya hivi, tutatoka as a group, follow my leads. So yes, that is where we shall have our meal. Thank you so much. Thank you for sacrificing your time to be here, and may God bless you. Thank you.
Tunangoja utoke tukufuate. Tufuate Maire. Beba kila kitu chako, kama ni rununu, begi lako, kijitabu, kalamu, fulana. Tusimameni twende. Thank you very much. Welcome.
Extension utabeba usisahau.